Alright Jay, so it is Monday, but I have actually already seen your Tuesday video this week, as of course everybody else has because it's Thursday, except for the fact that it isn't actually Thursday and the rest of you haven't actually already seen his video yet because, as I stated before, it's actually Monday. So I'm going to go out on a limb and wager that most people are going to say that they would rather have one $100 donut. Which probably won't seem like a wager that is worthwhile at all, because it's of course Thursday and I could have gone back to your Tuesday video and just simply looked at the comments and counted. But like I said, it's Monday. Either way, calling it. $100 donut wins. But moving on to my topic of the day, Jay. At almost any given point in time, I am watching some series on Netflix. It's gotten to the point where I feel bad for shows. They have to be so challenged because I don't feel like I can be shocked by a twist anymore. Because of course I went through and watched all of the great shows first. I set my getting shocked tolerance like really high. It doesn't really get any type of competition from the shows I'm getting to now, like Breakout Kings. Basically, you got screwed by Breaking Bad. So quite frankly, this whole ritual of mine has gotten a little mundane, although it is a still very prevalent guilty pleasure nonetheless. But Jay, that is not actually the guilty pleasure that I'm going to be talking about today. Because that kind of guilty pleasure is the kind of guilty pleasure where it's like, I could be doing something more useful with my time, but this is so easily fun and entertaining. The kind of guilty pleasure that I'm talking about today involves more guilt. So, the World Cup is on, and it has been incredible for so many reasons. For one, the matches are being played during hours of the day that I'm not sleeping. There have been all sorts of incredibly shocking upsets that are so shocking that they actually register on my incredibly high shocking tolerance. And because it is one of the last things that the US is still an underdog in, and who doesn't love an underdog? Like, how about that game against Germany today? What an upset, am I right? Or maybe it was a tie. At least we're moving on to the final 16. Why do we have to lose? Remember, it's Monday for me. I don't know what happened yet, but you guys do. Jealous. For me, the World Cup is a guilty pleasure because a part of me actually feels a little guilty enjoying it so much. So FIFA, for me, my whole life, has been what I wanted for Christmas. The new FIFA game. Now, it is the organization that governs world soccer. They created / run the World Cup, or a not-for-profit group with a shitload of profit. Most people believe that if you host a world event like an Olympics or a World's Fair or a World Cup, that it's going to be profitable through tourism during that period of time. Because you are holding an event that literally the world over wants to come to. And I am totally fine with that philosophy. I love the concept of these world events that bring all of these random countries together for something. But FIFA is apparently the world's greatest salesman. So here's how it works. You will spend $11 billion getting ready for this party that we're going to have in your country. Any expenses that we incur, we will not actually be paying taxes on. Oh yeah, no, we actually keep the money that the event makes. Yeah, don't be selfish. It's our party after all. You're just the kid down the street whose parents are out of town. Hey, we're gonna leave you with a really cool stadium in the middle of the rainforest. That's neat. Now, I'm sure I just don't know enough about it, and with anything, there is always a bias. But still, whenever I'm watching, there's this part of me that is just constantly trying to convince myself that something so great can't possibly come from something so evil. So for my question of the day, are you watching the World Cup? Have you heard anything about FIFA? How do you feel about it? If you're watching the World Cup, who are you pulling for? Or if none of those other questions apply, do you have a guilty pleasure? Leave your thoughts in the towel section down below. But Jay, that is everything that I've got for you today, man. I will see you on Tuesday. which is actually tomorrow. Or for the rest of these people, 2 days ago. Also, the Super Carlin Brothers shirts came. We will start shipping next week when we get home from Vermont.